All right, let's jump right into our strategic briefing on the esophageal cancer market. We're going to break down the key players, the emerging trends, and where the big opportunities are in this billion-dollar space. So get this. Back in 2023, the market across the 7 major regions, we're talking the US, Japan, and the EU4 and UK, was already worth around $1 billion. But here's the thing. That's just a snapshot of today. The real question is, what does tomorrow look like? Because make no mistake, this market is on the verge of a huge shakeup. There's a whole new wave of therapies coming down the pike, and they're threatening to completely change the game. So let's really get into the data here and see where the real opportunities are hiding. Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with that billion-dollar opportunity, then we'll map out the global market. After that, we'll look at who's on top today, shine a light on the disruptive pipeline, and wrap up with the forces shaping the future. First things first. To really understand the market's potential, we have to start with the people at the heart of it all, the patients. Let's take a look at the numbers. Just last year, in 2023, there were roughly 77,000 new cases of esophageal cancer diagnosed across those 7 major markets. And that number, 77,000, that's not just a statistic. That's the human reality that's driving all of this innovation. Okay, so where are these patients? And probably more importantly for any strategy, where is the revenue actually concentrated?
And wow, look at this. The US is just dominating the field, right? 40% of the entire market revenue. Now, a big reason for that is higher drug prices and some favorable reimbursement policies, which really makes it the key commercial battleground for anyone in the space.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Check this out. While the US is the king of revenue, Japan actually has the largest patient population, with about 26,000 cases. This just goes to show how crucial a region-specific strategy is. In the US, it's all about value and reimbursement. In Japan, it's about patient access and sheer volume. So, we've got the map. Now let's look at who's actually on the field right now. Which therapies are setting the standard of care today? Right now, the treatment landscape is really dominated by 2 major approaches. First, you've got your immunotherapies. Think of heavy hitters like Merck and BMS, with blockbuster drugs that help a patient's own immune system go after the cancer. And then you have the targeted therapies, where companies like Eli Lilly and Bayer are finding success by designing drugs to attack very specific parts of cancer cells. Okay, so that's the now. But let's be honest, the real excitement, the part that's going to change everything, that's in the pipeline. A new generation of drugs is getting ready to completely revolutionize how we treat this disease. And first up, we've got Zanidatamab. This is a very, very promising late-stage asset from Zymeworks. So what makes this one so special? Well, its secret weapon is this unique 2-pronged attack on the HER2 protein, which is a key driver of cancer growth. It's already deep in late-stage trials. It's got a big thumbs up from the FDA with a fast-track designation, and so far, its safety profile looks really strong. This thing is a serious contender for a major piece of the market. All right, next on our watch list is Amgen's Bemarituzumab. This is another one you absolutely have to know about. If Zanidatamab is a 2-pronged attack, think of this one as a precision-guided missile. It hones in on a very specific pathway that cancers use to grow. And just like the other one, it's also got that FDA Breakthrough Therapy designation, which is a huge vote of confidence that it could be a real game changer for patients. So what's the big picture here? The key takeaway is that the old guard, well, they're being seriously challenged. You've got this new wave of innovative companies, Zymeworks, Amgen, Innovent, BeiGene, Apexogen, and others, that are really shaking things up. These are the names you need to be watching. Okay, so with all this disruption on the horizon, what does it actually mean for the market's future? Let's talk about the forces that are going to push it forward and the ones that could hold it back. You know, the future here is really a push and pull story. On one side, you have the incredible driver of innovation and this huge unmet need for better treatments. But on the other hand, you have some serious hurdles. The high cost of these new drugs, tough reimbursement battles, and the ongoing problem of diagnosing patients too late. The companies that win here, they'll be the ones who can master that balancing act. So here we are at a real inflection point. The old playbook is about to get tossed out the window, replaced by a wave of innovation. The question for you is, who's going to ride that wave and who's going to get left behind? Because the bets you place today are absolutely going to decide who owns tomorrow.